Check it out, you guys. Today, we're going to talk about one thing and one thing only. Instagram is killing your business. Yeah, I said it. And the reason why it's happening is real simple. It's called Imposter Syndrome. And so today, that's gonna be our topic today. And I'm gonna give you about 3 things that you should be doing to get over your Imposter Syndrome. And some of you may not even realize that it's happening because Imposter Syndrome technically can sneak up on you and you don't even realize that you are sinking yourself versus swimming above where you should be. So Desmond here, as always, I'm here to help educate, here to help inspire, here to help you grow your corporate photography and videography business. Some of you guys may not even be in the corporate space and you're wondering, is this the place I need to be? Or is this the space that I can work in? And I'm here to help you understand what we do on a regular basis and also give you a few tips that's going to help scale your business to the next level. And so today, like I said, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome and how you get over it, because let's call a spade a spade. A lot of us are always spending countless hours on our phones, on the internet, looking at Instagram, looking at behind the scenes, looking at cameras, looking at videos, looking at the next thing. Most of you guys have probably watched at least 3 or 4 of my videos, and I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely appreciate it. But the thing that I'm always asking you to do is give some action behind what you're watching. And so this is going to be a few things that I think is going to help you get to the bag and get over the hump of imposter syndrome. So first things first, you have to do what I like to call practice to perfection. Now, oftentimes the reason why we have imposter syndrome, the reason why we're spending so much time looking at social media, especially other photographers, other creatives, is because we're trying to figure out, or at least we tell ourselves, I'm trying to figure out how did they do it. But the truth of the matter is, it's not so much how they did it, we just should be out there practicing. We should be out there putting in the effort, putting in the time, the energy to get it done. What I always do, one thing that I've always done is before I go into an interview, before I go into any event, I do what I like to call a gear check, a gear audit, or maybe even set up the set to see what's going to look like, what it potentially could look like. Now, granted, I may not be in this space, I may not have all the elements necessary, but what I do know is I have my camera, I have my lights, I have my tripod, I have my mics. That's the things that matter to me. I need to understand, am I going to do a 3-set light up? Am I going to do a 2-light setup? Am I going to maybe do 5, 6 lights? Whatever that may look like. And the way that I, of course, go in with confidence with my clients is I've already practiced this. Now, some may say, well, Des, I'm not getting clients, I'm not getting bookings, and I don't see the value in setting something up until the money comes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's what's going to be shooting yourself in the foot. That is where you're going to be hurting yourself and digging yourself in a deeper ditch, because when the time does come, when you do find that client, what you don't wanna do is that be your first time actually building out that set. And so I tell people all the time, before you make money, go do some work that I would like to call pro bono. I'm not gonna say it's free, because nothing is free in life. It's going to cost you something. And what it's costing you is time, effort, energy, and even for that person that you do the work for, you're giving them something. And that is going to be the value add that you're going to, of course, take over and move into a client space as well. And so the very first tip definitely on getting over imposter syndrome is making sure you're practicing on a regular. I believe every single week your camera should be cut on at least once or twice. Even if you don't have anything booked, you should be calling someone. You should be sending some form of a message to say, hey, can we work together? Can we create something? Now, doesn't mean you spend 2, 3, 4, maybe 18 hours. It may be something as simple as a quick shoot for a spec ad. It may be something as a simple setup, just seeing how does this interview look? And it may be a 30-second moment, whatever that looks like. But build out your idea so that when you want to pitch it to a client or when a client is asking for it, you have something to show proof that you've done it before. Now, the second thing, when you do get that client and when you're thinking about getting over imposter syndrome, the truth of the matter is it's because you don't have the voice behind you. Meaning, you don't have the client's bragging rights. You don't have your Google ad set up. You don't have the behind the scenes of what you're doing because you're too busy looking at everyone else's. I can tell you guys, there's 3 tools that I use to shoot every single one of these YouTube videos. I use my DJI Action 5, I use my DJI Pocket 3, and I use an A7C that sits on my desk. That's it. And typically it's a very low basic lens. What I'm telling you is it doesn't take a lot. We have cell phones nowadays that can, of course, record a little bit of behind the scenes. we have tools that will help you gain visual effects of what it is that you need to be able to show someone that you can do the job. And the truth of the matter, the person that you're really showing is yourself. It's something about being able to look at the work that you did after you worked for 2 hours, whether it was 3 hours and 4 hours, to say, I like that. What it also does is it becomes a photographic idea or a photographic space to where you can look at a setup later on and say, I like it, but this is what I could have done better. That critique matters. And when you're looking at trying to get over the imposter syndrome, reality is you're also looking at saying, I need to make sure that I have the proof in the pudding to make sure that I can do it. And a lot of times that's a client telling you, hey, this is the great job. Sometimes it's also having that moment of having that client leave a message, or maybe sending a post or sending you email and saying, hey, we appreciate it and can't see it again. And then from there, guess what? You put it out there. Let other people see the work that you're doing. Other people want to know what it is you're doing. Now, number 3, and I'll be honest, this is the one that you're not going to like. To get over imposter syndrome, sometimes you got to cut yourself off the internet. Sometimes you got to limit yourself of looking to the left and to the right and just focus on what's going on inside of you. And what that means is taking a journal, writing out at least 3 or 4 things that you want to achieve within your business each day. That's right. Maybe set up a day and say, every Wednesday, I don't cut on social media at all. And that is the day that I put my energy and time into my business. And the way you do that is real simple. You set up an app to where it blocks your Instagram or it blocks your social media. And what you're going to do is you're going to start realizing that after that day is done, you're going to say, man, I finished 3 tasks and my business is now further. And then the next day you're going to say, maybe I can pull some time back. And then the day after that, you're going to say, you know what? I'm not even going to be worried about it. But the reality is this. While social media has become a tool, it's also become the thing that I would say is an anchor that's pulling you down in your business. And I like to always tell people and encourage business owners, photographers, and videographers, we're not here for the likes. We're not here for the subscribes. What we're here for is to help educate and show people that we can do it so that, one, they're building trust. That's most of the reason why people follow you on social media, is that they trust that you're doing a good job. Yes, I know we have our aunts, our moms, our dads that are following us because they love what we do. But outside of that, the support comes from those that trust us. And the more that you're building that support, the more you're able to, of course, scale your business. So when you're thinking about the next time you want to open up your app, the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, have I done the work today? Have I put in the effort? And after you've done that, then reward yourself and go look for the next idea. But what you should not be doing every single day is starting your day, starting your week, starting your entire business brainstorming by looking at someone else's work every single day. Because what that's doing is creating a small ounce of fear and also sinking your pockets. Because the truth of the matter, every time you see someone else's gear, every time you see someone set up, there's this little thing that clicks in your head. A dopamine rise that says, man, I want that. And that may be the thing you may want. But if you're not putting in the energy to get it, you'll never achieve it. So this is my quick little inspirational talk for you guys this week. I understand it may not be the things you like, but it's the things that you need to hear. And so, as always, this is Des, Corporate Hunt. I'm always here to help you stay on your grind. And this is a tip that I believe will help you get over imposter syndrome. Work hard, put in the practice, make sure that you're shutting out the outlets and adding more habits into your day-to-day lifestyle. And I promise you, you're going to see growth in your business. That's all I got for you guys today. Peace. Let's keep getting to that bag.